Yesterday is the worst game I've ever seen the New England Patriots play. Like with my own eyes, on television, or in person. It is the worst game I've ever seen the Patriots play. I am very, very, very confident in saying that. Go ahead, John.
All right. Patriots visited the New York Giants yesterday at MetLife Stadium, and despite a lot of reports in the 48 hours leading up to the game, there might be a change of starting quarterback. Think about the avalanche of reports we got in the 24 hours leading up to the game. Oh, they split reps. No one knows who's going to start. Mac Jones back out there again, 2 weeks removed from a killer red zone interception that cost his team a chance at a win in Germany. Jones started his A-plus day near the end of the first quarter.
The 2nd down and 7 for the Pats. Jones with a play fake, a deep drop. He's under pressure. He slides left. He throws off the back foot to the far side. Picked off across the far sideline with a break on the ball.
Time to warm up, Bailey.
By Deontay Banks.
I've seen enough third quarter. Not even close on anything outside the numbers and downfield. Great job here, Ramondre Stevenson on the blitz pickup. Jones off the back foot, falling away. Another gift into triple coverage.
So Scott Zolak is already calling for Bailey Zappe near the end of the first quarter.
Well, I mean, you saw that he missed Hunter Henry, threw over Hunter Henry's head. I mean, he has the yips. He shouldn't be playing quarterback. Continue, though.
Bill Belichick decides, you know what? I'm going to keep him out there. I haven't seen enough yet, even though he makes the same mistakes over and over and over again. I want to make sure that I get my money's worth. I'm not replacing him. So we went back out there for the second quarter. That, ladies and gentlemen, led to this.
Mac left foot forward, takes the snap, shoulder high. He's dropping back under pressure. Throws it right to a Hurricane. Runs outside 30 to the 40. Holy Jones to beat at the 45. Runs it across the 35. Runs into a teammate. And then Jones helps to bring him down at the 24-yard line along with a trailing offensive lineman, City So.
Have you seen enough, New England? Have you seen enough of the critical backbreaking? And I just said it. They're in the area where it's coming. It's going to creep up on him because he doesn't know anything else. Back foot lob to the backside. Another disaster, almost pick six for what should be your former quarterback. It is time to go to Bailey Zappe.
Another lame duck in the face of pressure. But we've seen it all before. That ball returned to the New England 26-yard line. And the Giants, who, by the way, also are not a good team, finally cashed in.
Extends the hands, takes the snap. 2 steps back, under pressure, fires it left. Catch and a breakaway at the 5. Running toward the pylon, in for a touchdown. Isaiah Hodgins as New York takes the lead.
All right. And by the way, Jonathan Jones, congratulations.
Yeah,
on that play. That is a if you weren't watching the game, good for you. You have
you had better things to do.
You have
Congratulations.
You have a life that is well worth living. But Hodgins just was in space and just said, "No,
I can beat
Jones,
this guy to the pylon."
I mean, it just had about 7 yards and. Jonathan Jones was like, I am not tackling you under no circumstances. I'm not even going to wrap. I'm not going to get it. I'm barely making contact with you. But how are you going to stop Hodgins? I mean, let's be honest.
I do feel if you watch some of the games around the league, we have reached the point in the season where players are starting to say, screw this. It's time to start thinking about my offseason health.
I think J.C. Jackson might be one of those players. I don't know. Yeah, you definitely, well, I won't. I've been told I've been talking too much about a certain team, but there was a certain interception return in a certain game where you saw players just go, no.
No, I don't think so.
I'm not tackling
I know
this
what
fella.
you're talking about.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so Tommy DeVito touchdown pass to Isaiah Hodgins. 7-0 Giants at the half in this barn burner. Finally, after those 2 interceptions and just disastrous results over the last month, a fumble included 2. Finally, Bill Belichick benched Mac Jones at halftime. Bailey Zappe replaced him at the start of the third quarter. And you know what? He looked like an actual NFL quarterback for about 5 minutes. He led the team on an 11-play, 60-yard drive after the opening kickoff went out of bounds, gave him good field position. Ramondre Stevenson, a touchdown run. 7-7 in this clash of the Titans heading into the fourth quarter. But 2 possessions after the Patriots touchdown, Zappe got the ball back again. And guess what? He's terrible, too.
Zappe drops back, throws it left goodbye. Pick off for the Giants. Running to the right side at the 35, McKinney, and he is forced out of bounds with a one Patriot on that far side. Tyquan Thornton, you could see it coming. Initially thought it was a pick six to be, but the Giants nonetheless have the
Absolute
theft
killer.
in Patriots territory.
All day to throw, and he babies one right into triple coverage. If we're going to be critical of Mac, you got to be critical of him.
Giants got a field goal out of that. They took a 10-7 lead. Patriots did have the ball last, though, Fred. They started at midfield with 3:15 left after a nice Miles Bryant punt return. He was replacing Demario Douglas. He took a big hit and had to leave.
Big, huge hit.
And
Demario Douglas is not long for the NFL.
Anyway, Patriots 9 plays. They took the clock down to 6 seconds left to attempt a game-tying 35-yard field goal by rookie kicker Chad Ryland. By the way, Ryland, that's an extra point in today's NFL. He hooked it wide left. The final, Patriots lose to the Giants 10-7 in a game that few football fans tuned into, especially in the second half. Patriots are 2-9. They play the Chargers on Sunday. So here are the stats. Mac Jones, 12 of 21 in the first half for 89 yards and 2 interceptions. Bailey Zappe, 9 of 14 for 54 yards and 1 pick in the second half. NFL teams are 50-2 this season when allowing 10 or fewer points. Both losses belong to the Patriots, and they came in their last 2 games. Patriots have allowed 40 points total in their last 3 games and lost all of them.
Yeah. If you were beamed in from another planet and you sat down and watched that game and people told you that's the most popular sport in America, you would say, what the hell is going on? Like, why are people doing this? This is atrocious. Nothing fun ever happens. This is absolutely terrible. And who are these idiots playing this game?
These games have a feeling, and this will hit home for you, Fred. These games have the feeling of what like Jets-Dolphins games used to be. Yeah. Where it was like 9-3. There isn't a touch. Like there is nothing exciting about any of them.
No, they're just absolutely terrible. And this is unprecedented. I mean, we'll have sound coming back from after the game, which was very compelling stuff, considering Belichick threw a fit and left.
Yeah.
And Bedard was on the postgame show, and he's just like, you can't hear him. He's like, he makes it so you can't hear him.
Yeah, he moves that microphone out of the way every time.
But I mean, think about that. Think about that. Bedard's in the press corps. Bedard was there because he said he was talking to players.
Yep.
But so Bedard's, because he does the postgame, and I like listening to the postgame. Because I have to take that wild animal out. But in Bedard's like, because they're like, why did people like not ask him this, and the other? And he's like, you like literally can't hear him. Like you just can't hear what he's saying. They've devised a system in which Bill Belichick's words are inaudible to the press. So you have to like go back and like listen to what he said. He's really something else. But but this is now to the point of there's no way. I mean, we could go back and call Elias or something, but there's no way a guy's benched a quarterback 4 times in an NFL season.
No,
there's no way.
No.
There's no way. Not in the 50s, not in the 40s, not back when like it was
50s,
like,
40s. You got one chance. You sat down, and that was the end of your year.
Not in like men's league. Like they're like. Again, if your kid was playing high school football and the coach benched the kid that was the starting quarterback in 4 games, you would think that the guy was insane and that he wasn't suitable to coach. This is the NFL. It's absolutely insane. And we'll get to the audio of when they found out who was playing quarterback and reps and all this. And I understand everyone on this team sucks. They cut the other loser they have. So,
by the way, real quick, because you brought it up, it's as if Bill Belichick listens to sports talk radio. You know,
and just does the opposite.
You think Will Greer, F all you guys, he's out of here.
Right.
You know, just unbelievable.
And then the talk is that, and we'll again play audio and we'll break soon. But the talk is like, well, Bailey Zappe's not a very good practice quarterback. Well, he's not a very good quarterback.
Well,
but how many times are you going to bench yourself? Like, if you're on that team. Think about it. If you're on that team, you've heard losses described by football players as like a funeral. And just think about, you mentioned it, Ryan. You're thinking about getting hurt. You're thinking about you have no idea what team you're going to be on next year. You don't know if you're going to be playing in the NFL. And this is as bad as I've seen a team be run. 1-15 teams, 0-16 teams. This is just as bad. This is just as bad as that 0-16 Lions team.
Well, the thing about yesterday too is that, listen, you're 2-8 going into that game. You don't even know who your starting quarterback is, or you figured it out along the way sometime this week. And what do? Zero aggressiveness. Right?
Oh well, yeah. Well,
zero.
Third and inches.
You got fourth and inches. You got fourth and inches. We're gonna monkey around, try and run some gadget thing to draw them offside, and then call a timeout instead of going for it.
Yep.
You're down 3 points, driving the football with a chance to win. Make zero effort to score a touchdown in that situation. Let's just play for overtime, which I believe typically on the road you play for the win. Isn't that always kind of the rule
correct.
of thumb?
By the way, you were talking about that dumbass punt formation where you had different guys standing behind center. Think Bailey Zappe could have used that last time out that they spent there on that last drive to get them closer?
It probably wouldn't have mattered because Bailey Zappe didn't throw a ball more than 5 yards past the line of scrimmage.
That's true.
He has
except for that interception. That was downfield.
Zach Cox from Nesson has this.
Yeah.
Final tally on his 9 completions, a total of -4 air yards. They give you a minus if it's behind the line of scrimmage. 5 of his 9 completions were behind the line of scrimmage. He didn't complete anything more than 5 yards downfield.
That was Tommy DeVito against the Giants.
Well,
the Jets.
well, they literally didn't let him throw. But I'll tell you this. Is that physically Tommy DeVito is a much better quarterback than the 2 quarterbacks he played yesterday.
It's happening, Fred.
Every week, Gardner Minshew, who, by the way, is incredibly limited physically. Gardner Minshew, who's not particularly fast and doesn't have a particularly good arm, and that's the knock on him. They're like, if this guy only had better physical skills, he's got moxie. The kid's got moxie. But they're like, if he only had better physical skills, Gardner Minshew looked like Josh Allen compared to your quarterbacks. And yesterday, Tommy DeVito was by far the best quarterback on that field. How you scouted 2 guys with noodle arms and no athleticism and decided to go with them is really something. You would think that you would have erred on the side of not Mac Jones.
Sam Howell came in here and lit him up.
Sam Howell's.
Well, Sam Howell is a big recruit. I got so fascinated by these quarterbacks, I started looking at recruiting class.
Yeah.
And seeing where these, like how Sam Howell, a big recruit.
He was considered a first-round pick before his final year in college.
Yeah, and so, I do recall that. Sam Howell's a superstar compared to Mac. I mean, you have 2 real losers. 2 real losers at quarterback. 2 big swings and misses. And the guy called into that postgame show and said, you know what? In the draft, they should take Marvin Harrison because Joe had made the point Marvin Harrison's, in his opinion, the only sure thing. So, I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. is a sure thing. So, do you take Marvin Harrison Jr.? So, fine, whatever. That you can debate that when the draft comes. And the guy goes, yeah, well, they got a lot of money. You take Marvin Harrison Jr., and then you spend a lot of money, and then you see what you got with Mac Jones next season. What? And they're like, yeah, because he in any counter argument, he was just like, well, yeah, you give him one more. Well, no. You give anyone a chance with other players. Why?
He's been benched 4 times in 11 games.
It's insane. This is insane. This is insane. It's not the NFL. This is not how the NFL works. It's not how major college football works.
Do you really think that this organization, the way it's run right now, and God help them if they bring Belichick back again next year and you still have this kid sitting here, but this organization is not about surrounding their quarterback with top-end talent. It's about just getting on the cheap, getting as many players as you can cheaply, and then throwing a quarterback into that.
All you're doing is delaying another rebuild if you go crazy in free agency. You're just getting –
You had the opportunity. I'll say it for you. You had the opportunity 3 years ago. You punted on it, and now you're right back where you were, but you're in worse shape than you were 4 years ago.
No, the debate's over. The Crafts have got to get clean house. They got to get everyone out of there.